There will come a moment unlike any other. A silence deeper than the oceans, a stillness that stretches across the earth like soft golden light before dawn. No announcement, no sirens, no news headlines, just a holy pause. The kind of pause that heaven knows intimately, where angels stop their flight, and the winds seem to bow. And in that moment, in that divine breath between time and eternity, the sky will open. Not with thunder, not with chaos, but with glory. A glory the world has never known, and will never forget. It is the moment your soul has longed for since before you were born. The moment when He returns. This is not the end, dear one, it is the beginning of everything your spirit ever hoped was real. It's not a day of fear. It's a day of reunion. Of restoration. Of promises fulfilled. You won't be forgotten. You won't be overlooked. If you've ever whispered, "Jesus, remember me," know that He has. He is not returning for the perfect. He is returning for the prepared. For those who kept loving when life went silent. For those who trusted through tears. For those who didn't let the flame go out when darkness pressed in. He is coming for you. The rapture is not just a prophetic event. It is a love story's climax. The groom returning for his bride. The Savior reaching out for those He died to redeem. The King coming back not with wrath, but with radiant affection for the ones who held on to His name through it all. And on that day, you will not be afraid. You will remember this moment, this message, and you will smile, because something in you always knew this was real. That longing you've carried your whole life? That ache when the world felt too heavy? That was eternity whispering, "Hold on. He's coming." And He is. He never lied. Every word He spoke, every parable, every promise, it all led here. The skies won't just open with light. They will open with recognition. Your spirit will recognize Him even before your eyes do. You will know Him. Not because you've seen His face, but because you've heard His voice in your most silent nights. You've felt His hand when you had no strength. You've wept in His presence without even realizing it. You don't need to be told who He is, you will know. And He will look at you, and say the words that your heart was created for, "Well done, my child. Come home." This is not a day of terror. This is not fire falling from heaven. This is glory rising from the earth. This is the lifting of every soul who has whispered yes to Jesus. The rapture is not escape, it is elevation. You are not running from the world. You are being drawn toward heaven. This is what happens when love comes back for its own. You won't need to pack bags. You won't need to say goodbye. It will happen in the blink of an eye, but your spirit will feel it coming days before it arrives. There will be a peace. A stirring. A divine quietness. You will look up and somehow know, it's time. And oh, how Jesus has waited for that moment. He's been watching you grow, struggle, fall, rise, question, believe, cry, rejoice, doubt, and still whisper His name. You didn't think it mattered, but it did. Every time you forgave when it hurt. Every time you stayed soft in a hard world. Every time you prayed when no one saw. He saw. And He wrote it all down. Your name has not faded from heaven's record. If anything, it has grown brighter with every step of faith. This second coming is not just a date on a prophetic calendar. It's a divine reunion. It is the day your heart meets its eternal rhythm. The sky won't just split, it will sing. And you will be caught up, not in confusion, but in completion. The race you've been running in secret will suddenly make sense. The pain you've carried will suddenly disappear. And everything will feel like home. Not because the earth changed, but because you're with him. Heaven is not distant. It's not waiting far away in some unreachable realm. It is near, closer than breath, closer than thought. Even now, preparations are being made. Rooms are being readied. Tables are being set. Garments of glory are being pressed for the moment when the King returns for his own. You are not forgotten in this preparation. You are not just a face in the crowd. Your name, your voice, your faith, even your quiet tears, they've been woven into the eternal timeline of that coming day. While the world spins faster, heaven moves in silence. Not rushing, not late, but right on time. You may think the rapture is only about who's ready or who's worthy, but I want you to hear this with your whole heart. The rapture is about relationship. Not fear. Not performance. It's about those whose hearts stayed connected to me even when everything around them fell apart. I'm not looking for perfection, I'm looking for presence. Did you walk with me? Did you whisper my name when no one else saw? Did you hold my hand in the dark when you couldn't see the path? Did you keep loving me, even when the world gave you every reason not to? If yes, then know this, you're not going to miss it. You haven't missed anything. Even when you were tired. Even when you felt like giving up. Even when you couldn't feel me but still didn't walk away. That's what I've held on to. Not your performance, your persistence. And I've been preparing something for you that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart can yet imagine. Because the second coming is not just about my return, it's about your rising. It's about the moment when everything you believed in quietly will be revealed publicly. Where every hidden prayer becomes visible reward. Where every silent act of faith echoes through eternity. Let me tell you what heaven is doing behind the scenes. Your crown is being polished. Your name is being spoken with honor. Angels are rehearsing the sound of your welcome. Not because you earned it through might, but because you said, yes, when it was hardest. And that yes became the sound that pierced heaven. That yes was all I needed. You don't need to know the exact hour. You don't need to predict the day. You just need to keep that yes alive. You just need to keep your heart open. And when the trumpet sounds, when the sky bends under the weight of glory, your spirit will know, this is the moment I was made for. And child, don't be afraid. Don't let the news or the chaos or the confusion make your heart hard. Don't let the delays steal your oil. Keep your lamp full. Not through striving, but through being with me. I am your oil. I am your flame. Stay near me, and you will stay ready. Not as a servant trembling, but as a bride smiling, because you know the one who comes for you. You know the one who never forgot you. You know the one who wrote your name in fire across the skies of time. And I'm coming back with your name on my heart. There is still time. Time to return. Time to breathe again. Time to stop running. I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to welcome you back. You are not too far. You are not too late. You are not disqualified. You are mine. And I don't let go of what I love. I'm whispering again, gently now, stay close. Stay ready. Stay with me. Because when the heavens open, you won't rise alone. You'll rise with joy. With purpose. With me. And then, it happens. In a breath, you are lifted. Not by wind, not by wings, but by glory. The world beneath you fades like a shadow in light, and for the first time, your soul feels weightless. No pain. No fear. No memory of failure. Only peace. The kind of peace your heart tried to find your entire life but never could, until now. You're not dreaming. This is real. This is what your spirit always knew was coming. The rapture is no longer a word. It's a reality. And you're in the center of it, held by the one who promised, "I will come back for you." And he did. Jesus is not ahead of you. He's with you. His hand in yours. His eyes on yours. And when you look into them, you don't see judgment. You don't see disappointment. You see recognition. He looks at you like he's waited a lifetime for this moment. And he has. All of heaven pauses. Not because time has stopped, but because your arrival is happening. The angels stand still. The streets of gold gleam like rivers of light. Flowers bloom in rhythms of sound. And a voice rings out, not just through heaven, but through eternity, calling your name. You don't walk in, you're received. Crowns are laid at your feet, not because you asked for them, but because heaven insists. The saints rise to honor you, not because of what you accomplished on earth, but because of who you remained in secret. The trials, the storms, the betrayals, the silent tears, they weren't for nothing. You are not applauded because you were perfect. You are embraced because you endured. Your story becomes a song that the angels rehearse, and your faith becomes the fragrance that fills the air. Every prayer you thought was forgotten rises now like incense. And Jesus leans close and whispers, "You made it. I saw every step. I caught every tear. I was with you every time you thought I was silent. And now, you're home. You will see those you lost, not as they were in pain, but as they are in promise. Whole. Radiant. Alive. Their arms stretch out, not in sadness, but in celebration. There are no more goodbyes here. No distance. No time. Only reunion. You will run without growing tired. You will laugh without fear. You will remember who you truly are. Not your earthly name, but your eternal identity. And heaven will echo with joy, not because another soul arrived, but because you arrived. And the colors, oh, the colors. They don't exist in any human language. They are made of light and love and sound all woven together. And the music? It doesn't come from instruments, it comes from worshippers. From every nation, every tongue, every generation who ever said yes to the Lamb. And now, you join that eternal choir, not because you were the loudest, but because you believed when it was hardest. You kept your faith. You kept your heart. You kept your lamp burning even when the night got cold. And that was enough. There is a feast waiting. Not just a table. A banquet. Your seat has a nameplate. Your name. And when you sit, Jesus does not stand at the head, he kneels. He serves. He pours. And the King of Kings looks at you and says, "You honored me on earth, now let me honor you in heaven." You will feel a kind of love that no relationship on earth could ever imitate. You will be filled, not just with joy, but with understanding. Every why will be answered. Every wound will be explained. Every detour will make sense. And you will say, through grateful tears, it was worth it. Because it was. Because he is. And then Jesus takes your hand, and leads you into a room that feels familiar, even though you've never seen it before. The walls shimmer like golden memories, and the air carries the sound of your own heartbeat, but healed, whole, strong. And then you realize, this is your record. Not your failures. Not your past. But your faith. And Jesus gently waves his hand, and suddenly, scenes begin to appear in the air around you. Not like a movie, but like moments, alive, real, vivid, like time bending backward to honor your secret sacrifices. And you stand in awe, because what you're watching is you. You see yourself comforting someone in pain, someone you forgot you even spoke to. But now heaven shows you that moment, and how your words saved a soul from ending their life that night. You see yourself giving when you barely had enough for yourself. You see your tears on your pillow, tears no one else knew about, but heaven did. You see every whispered prayer you spoke in the middle of your deepest hurt. You see the times you forgave without an apology. The times you encouraged someone else while your own heart was bleeding. The times you chose love when bitterness would have been easier. And then Jesus speaks, not loudly, not with thunder, but with truth so soft it shakes your soul. This is what you thought didn't matter. But it changed the world. He shows you the ripple effects. A single hug you gave became the reason someone went back to church. A smile you offered in your own pain became the light someone was praying for. That social media post you almost deleted, but didn't? It brought a stranger to salvation. A song you sent. A prayer you typed. A meal you gave. A text message at the exact moment someone said, God, if you're real, show me. You were the sign. You were the vessel. You were the proof that light still exists in a dark world. And heaven didn't forget any of it. And Jesus continues walking with you, through corridors of your impact. And with every step, crowns begin to appear. Not made of gold for decoration. But made of moments. Moments you didn't know mattered. Crowns of compassion. Crowns of mercy. Crowns of endurance. Crowns for not giving up. And the angels begin to gather, not to judge you, but to celebrate you. They saw what you thought was unseen. They recorded what you thought was wasted. And now heaven is throwing a celebration for you. And then, the Lamb himself lifts one of those crowns and places it on your head. And you try to fall to your knees, overwhelmed, but he catches you and says gently, you honored me on earth when it cost you everything. Now let me honor you in heaven, where nothing can ever be taken from you again. You will weep, not out of regret, but out of relief. Because every struggle you thought was forgotten is now being rewarded. Every delay that once made you question your worth is now revealed as divine timing. And you realize, heaven was watching the whole time. When they walked away, heaven leaned in closer. When you broke down, angels wrote it down. When you stood back up, trembling but determined, all of heaven rose with you. And then you're taken outside the gates, where you see others arriving. People you loved. People you didn't know made it. People who said, yes, at the last second. And some come running to you. Not Jesus. Not angels. Just ordinary souls, radiant now, saying, you don't know me, but I'm here because of you. You prayed for me when I didn't know how. Your kindness reached me when no one else did. I'm part of your reward. And Jesus turns to you and says, well done, my good and faithful servant. You were faithful with little. Now, enter into everything I prepared for you before the foundations of the world. And in that moment, every fear you ever felt, every shame you ever carried, every scar you ever wore, fades like morning fog. Because now you see the full picture. You understand why it all mattered. Why you couldn't give up. Why you had to keep going. And you whisper through tears, with a smile that finally feels whole. It was all worth it. It was always worth it. He sits with you, not on a throne, not on clouds, but beside you. The King of all creation, now your closest friend, chooses to sit across from you as if time does not exist. And it doesn't. Not here. Not now. Just you and Jesus. No rush. No noise. Just a sacred silence filled with glory. His eyes meet yours, and for the first time in your life, someone looks at you with complete understanding. Every layer of you, every thought you've ever had, every wound you've ever carried, every joy, every failure, is known. And still, there is no shame in his gaze. Only love. Pure. Gentle. Eternal. You try to speak. You want to say thank you, or sorry, or something that makes sense, but your words dissolve into tears. And he smiles. That smile, it melts every fear, silences every doubt. He places his hand on your heart, not your chest, but the core of who you are. And in that one touch, you feel everything you forgot you needed: acceptance, healing, identity, and peace, all at once. It's like being made again, but this time, into who you were always meant to be. And then Jesus speaks. Not loud, not formal, but like a friend leaning close in love. Do you remember the moments when you felt like no one saw you? You nod, and your heart breaks open softly. I saw them all. He continues. When you questioned your worth, when you thought you weren't enough, when you begged me in silence to just be held, I was there. Not just watching. I was carrying you. I was surrounding you. I never left. And then he leans in closer and says something that stills everything in the air around you. I didn't bring you here just to celebrate you. I brought you here because I still have plans with you. Heaven isn't a retirement. It's a reigniting. Jesus shows you a light, a living light, coming from within you. Not given by heaven, but awakened by heaven. You've had it all along. That light was in you on the days you felt forgotten. It burned low in the dark seasons, but it never went out. And now, it burns bright. That light is not just your spirit, it's your assignment. I created you not just to be rescued, but to reign. Not just to survive, but to shine. And now, I give you your eternal purpose. You will carry my presence wherever I go. You will create beauty. You will release peace. You will build in heaven what you once longed for on earth. You realize. Heaven is not passive. It is alive. It is moving. And you, yes, you, were made to be a part of it. Jesus places something in your hand. It's not heavy, but it carries infinite weight. It's not made of gold, but of glory. It's a scroll, alive, glowing, warm with purpose. On it is your heavenly name. Not the one you answered to on earth, but the one he called you since the beginning. You can't read it with your eyes. You read it with your spirit. And the moment you hold it, everything inside you remembers. You remember the sound of creation. You remember the joy of obedience. You remember why you were made. And Jesus, still seated, nods softly. This is who you are. This is who you've always been. And now, nothing can ever take it from you again. You don't feel small anymore. You don't feel broken. You don't feel delayed. You feel like a child, standing in the presence of a Father who always knew your name. And Jesus finishes the moment with just one phrase, one sentence that you will carry through all eternity. Where I go, you will go. Where I shine, you will shine. Where I dwell, you now dwell with me forever. Jesus stands now, and so do you. But your legs don't feel heavy. There is no ache, no exhaustion, no pressure. Just a quiet excitement building in your chest, like your soul knows something you've never been told but always believed. And he takes your hand again. No words. Just presence. His hand isn't warm like fire, nor cold like stone, it feels like home. And that's exactly where he's taking you now, home. Not the kind of home you grew up in. Not a building made of bricks. Not walls covered in dust or memories or scars. No, this home is different. This is the place your heart has longed for in every season. The place your dreams tried to describe but never quite reached. The place your spirit whispered about when you stared at the sky, wondering if you really belonged anywhere. And now, you walk with Jesus toward it, toward your eternal home, designed by the one who knows your soul better than anyone else. And as you arrive, your breath catches, not in fear, but in wonder. It's not a mansion made of just gold and gems. It's a space filled with your essence. Every color matches the tone of your spirit. The light doesn't just shine, it feels you. The air hums in your frequency. The flowers lean toward you. The water sings in rhythm with your heartbeat. And when the gates open, they don't creak. They bloom. The entire house welcomes you as if it missed you. Because it did. Because it's been waiting just as long as you have. Grows on trees and peace flows through petals. And inside? Inside is everything you thought you lost. The laughter of childhood.